Well, hello, and welcome to Stop, Let's Team Up, My Legion Adventure, number 8. And today we are covering Superman 147 from August 1961. Cover art by the amazing Curt Swan, inker Stan K, and letter Ira Shep. I'm going to talk about that cover a little bit in a second. But the story we're covering is the third story from this comic. It is called The Legion of Super-Villians. It's 11 pages. Its editor and plotter is Mort Weisinger. Its plotter, scripter is Jerry Siegel. Its penciler is Curt Swan, my Superman artist. Inker Sheldon Maldorf and letterer Milton Snappin. It guest stars Cosmic Man, Saturn Woman, Lightning Man, Vlad. And this is the first of the adult Legion of Superhero stories. There are a couple more coming up, and I'm going to kind of talk about them real quickly. And it introduces the Legion of Super-Villains, Cosmic King, Saturn Queen, and Lightning Lord. And the main villain of the story is the one, the only, bald is beautiful, Lex Luther. So let me give you the little synopsis from the amazing Legion of Superheroes Index. I love this magazine. If you guys can find these on eBay, they're not that expensive. Any of these things by ICG, well worth your money. If you're a reference nerd, I am a reference nerd. So here's the synopsis. Lex Luthor, who has known of the existence of the Legion of Superheroes for years, theorizes there should also be a Legion of Supervillains, and working from prison, he constructs a device that allows him to contact them. The supervillains break him out of jail, and with him lure Superman to a remote planetoid and capture him. However, before these criminals can execute Superman, the adult Legion of Superheroes intervenes and fights the supervillains to a standstill. Unable to defeat them, the Legionnaires listen as Luthor challenges them to sacrifice one of their number for Superman. Saturn Woman volunteers, and the villains allow the Man of Steel time to perform one last deed in her honor. With a giant shovel, he gathers some material from the rings of Saturn and creates a similar ring around the planetoid. When he does so, Saturn Queen surprises everyone by suddenly using her powers to defeat her partners. Superman then explains that he had theorized that radiations from the ring of Saturn could cancel out the evil tendencies of its inhabitants of that world. He gives the reformed Saturn Queen a small chunk from the ring that will prevent her from returning to evil, and then takes Luthor back to his prison on Earth, as the Legionnaires likewise take the supervillains to jail. And one little tidbit they leave out of this is Luthor tries to contact him, and they tell him to get lost. Don't bother us again. Don't call us. We'll call you. Or not. So that is this. I think I may have read this once, long time ago. I really didn't remember it, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, I will say this: Curt Swan is my Superman artist. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. It was the Superman of so many years, and he was the Superman I first fell in love with. I mean, the comics that my brother had, he did Action Forever. He did Superman Forever. And it's amazing. His Superman is unique to him. He is this large, tall, giant of a man. And he has this heroic physique, but when he's Clark Kent, he looks normal. It's just Curt Swan. I don't know. I love his realism. I love that everybody looks different, that he takes the time, and if you'll see him online or on Twitter, but he did character models, models for people and for himself, so he remembered how he had made a Legionnaire or a character look, and he made these reference material, and some of it's out there in the interwebs, man. Check it out. It's amazing. He is just amazing. This comic is so beautifully drawn. It's a fun story. And there's just a lot of joy. This is the reason I love Silver Age. This is some of the reasons I love Silver Age Superman, is these great stories. Jerry Siegel, he knocks it out of the park with this one. It's great, and the art, and the art's just perfect for it. It's a lot of fun. And the origins, you got Cosmic King, Saturn Queen, and Lightning Lord. They're just the different, they don't even have the same powers. Saturn Queen's powers are slightly different. Cosmic King has basically Element Lad's powers, and Lightning Lord is the twin brother, but they don't look a whole lot alike, of Lightning Lad. And that whole brother, and when they add Lightning Lass / Light Lass to the mix, that family dynamic, as I said before, there are character points and stuff that are, because the Legion is so well written over years and is so loved by the people who write it, and they honor what's gone before, to where you have, when you have conflict between these siblings in the future, it's all earned, it's all real, it's all built on one plot. Even though the stories aren't, I mean, it's not this long serial, but if they do something to a character, it lasts, it happens. They will reference this. The adult Legion stories get referenced in the past, and the cover to the two-parter from, hold on, let me find that little note. 354 and 355. Absolutely one of my favorite Legion stories of all time. It's gorgeous. It's an adult Legion, and on the cover you see Legionnaires we hadn't seen and their deaths. It's in the the Hall of Heroes, Pharaoh Lad, but no, he had appeared by then. But you see Chemical King and Shadow Lass and Quantum Kid, all things that are going to happen later. It's just so well done, and this is so well done. But I want to talk first about the cover. It is a wonderful Curt Swan, Stan K, with lettering by Ira Schnapp. Pronouncing that wrong probably. And it's an homage to 247, Adventure 247. Them, instead of yes, no, they're lighting up votes for death. And Superman's in this kryptonite force field. It's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful Silver Age, wonderful Curt Swan cover. And they do that motif a lot. But these characters are great, but Lightning Lord has this pencil mustache, kind of like William Powell in The Thin Man. If you haven't watched the Thin Man movies with William Powell and Myrna Loy, just do it. I mean, just at least watch the first one. You'll fall in love with it. It is a classic black and white rom-com detective thing, and it's a lot of fun. I love it. So I recommend it. But he looks a little bit like William Powell, an older William Powell, which I think is very cool. I don't know if that's on purpose. I would have to do some deep dive, and he'll be back. Next time he's in, I'll remember, and we'll think about that. But that's Superman 147 and the Legion of Super-Villians. It is well worth it. There's some great stuff going on. Lex Luther in prison. It's classic, like just straight up supervillain Lex Luther. Mad scientist, not a businessman who is above the law, not the president, not, any other things. Just that Silver Age Superman baddie who goes to jail but gets out and escapes, and, he can build a time bomb with a paperclip and tinfoil or something. Because he builds a transmitter to the future in his jail cell. So you got to love it. So, folks, this has been a crazy couple weeks. So all I've done is 3 Legion episodes, which is fun. But I've had a lot going on. I was guested. I'll be appearing on a couple other podcasts coming up, and I just couldn't say no to the invites. So that made me very busy for about 4 days. I recorded Gallifrey. Thursday I recorded, this week, I recorded a Gallifrey. Then I recorded 2 more comic podcasts, which I will, when they come out, I will post it. And then Wednesday night I did someone else's, the amazing Jason Miller's Doctor Who Literature podcast about the book, the Target book, 10th Planet. So if you're into Doctor Who, when that comes out, I will share that link. But I've been really busy, and we got some new furniture that was a little more cumbersome to get set up. And as you all have may seen on Twitter, I've been posting pictures because the bottom 2/3 of it, 3/4 of it is my hardcover comic collection. My hardcover books that I bought, and it's just the nerd decorating and the former scenic designer doing a little zhuzh to his set. And but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And so last night I didn't do anything but sit down and read the first An Evening with David from Starman 5, which was a joy. And I read this comic, and it was just a nice, relaxing night. That's why this is a day late. I knew I was going to do this episode, but I just needed to decompress and read a couple really good comics. Today I fixed up my office, and I found some more comics I want to look at, and didn't realize I had certain things, and I made a little purchase. I do not have the Tale of the Legion of Super-Heroes that ran concurrently with the first 12 issues of the Baxter series in the 80s, so I negotiated it down a few dollars, and it made it within my price range, and it will be coming, and I will reread that because I don't think I've ever reread it. I have to have once or twice because I've done some big rereads. This is just a slower reread because I do it one issue a week. Maybe I'll read ahead. I don't know. I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to read ahead, and I'll let y'all know. But it's been a crazy week, and this was it, and it was great to just talk about a Legion comic after reading it. I hope you're enjoying it. I'd love to hear your takes. I've got some really great followers out there: Jimbo Fett, Martin Gray, Billy from All Star Squadron, Ron from Fantastic Comic Fan, and of course Gareth, who's like my big comic supporter. He was very nice. We did a trade. I sent him 6 Doctor Who novels, and he sent me 3 Doctor Who action figures, and I'm very happy with them. So big shout out to them. But this Saturday, I'm going to do part 1 of a multi-part coverage of the Liberty Legion, Roy Thomas's second Marvel superhero team. I have the hardcover trade thing because the last 2 appearances of them are in a Thing annual and a Fantastic Four annual, but it's all their appearances. I'm going to start with when they were created, see if I can find out why they were created, and their membership, and then every week for a few weeks I will do issue by issue from that hardback. I think it'll be fun. It'll be a little bit, I want to experiment with that format, like what I do with Legion, but in short bursts of other series. So it's going to be Liberty Legion because it's Roy, and because it's World War II heroes, and it's Thing in the Thing exoskeleton from when he was stuck as Ben Grimm in the 70s, which is some of my favorite FFs. So I had to do it. So until then, just keep listening. You can find us at JSA4E. That is JSA, the number 4, the letter E. Or you can find my 2 Doctor Who podcasts, Gallifrey's Most Wanted, the one I do with my best friend in the world, Victoria. You can find us on Twitter at Gallifrey's MW Pod. You can also find the Runsell Report, what I do with the amazing Jeff from UK, where we talk about everything other in Doctor Who at Runsell Report. If you get a chance, and you'll notice if you're following my feed, I share some of his amazing action figure photography of Doctor Who, and some of the art he does, which I love. So I just want to give my buddy a shout out. But until then, hey, you know what? You'll be safe, you be smart, be kind, and read some comics.